Hey everybody, I am pooped and it's not even lunchtime yet. You know, when you have chronic illnesses like I do, and like I know many of you do, you have to do things when your body allows you to. You know what I mean? If you're having a good day, you have to seize the moment and you have to do the things that you want to do, the things that you need to do, that you need to get done, because tomorrow you may not feel as well and you may be able to only do one thing or two things or none, whereas today you were able to get some things done that have been on your to-do list. So that's where I'm at. If you hear anything in the background, I have bell and sweet peppers in the dehydrator, because honestly one of my favorite things to dehydrate is the bell pepper powder. And I have a video, it's one of my first videos that I did, and I have that, and I'll link it wherever that ends up being. I'll link that so that if you're interested in that, you can go see how I do it. I love that bell pepper powder, and especially makes Italian food. It makes anything taste good. It's good. It's even good in a pot roast. Anyway, what I'm doing today. Okay. And if you're noticing for the first time that my island looks different, well, stay tuned. In another video, you'll find out what we're doing here. Major makeovers going on in the kitchen. Thank God, it's about time. But anyway, I'm burning up, y'all. It's January. It's cold outside, and I'm burning up. But that has nothing to do with this. Okay, so at Christmas time, I had a recipe that used Bisquick. So my husband, he gets me this big old honking box. Look at this thing. So, Lord Jesus, 6 pounds of Bisquick. So, I got to use it up. So, what I'm doing today, to use at least a little bit of this Bisquick up, is I'm going to make waffles. But y'all, what I'm doing to these waffles is I'm going to add some sausage to them. Now, I've never done this, and we're experimenting, so we're just going to see how it works. To me, it sounds delicious. Last night, we made some breakfast burritos to freeze. And so, when we did that, I had bought 2 rolls of pork sausage. And I went ahead and I just scrambled up the whole thing together. Well, that's a lot of sausage for burritos. And my pack of burritos only came with 10. So that was just, So that's when I decided, because I'd been kind of thinking about doing this. So I said, well, okay, this is what I want to do. So what this recipe calls for, and it's on the back. It's on the back of the box. Well, I don't know if it's on the back of all the boxes. It's on the back of the 6 pound box. What it calls for first is let's see if I can I got a 2 cup measuring scoop, and I'm on the Lord, I'm just going to have to do it like this. Y'all, YouTube ain't always perfect. You see those where everything is just perfect? Well, if you're looking for that, look at that. It's just going to come out. Let's do it like this. I got so much of this darn stuff I need to put in a canister, don't I? Okay, that might be a little bit more, but I don't care. I'm winging this recipe anyway. Anyway, 2 cups of Bisquick. Now, if you don't have Bisquick and you want to do this, if you make your own, then use your own. If you, look, I got me a bag that I'm going to put like all my eggshells and whatnot in. But if you make your own, then that's great. If you have another brand that you use, that's fine too. I just got to get rid of this Bisquick, so I'm using Bisquick, so that's what I'm going to do. And then it calls for 1 1/3 cup milk. Now, I don't have a cow. I would love to have some, but I don't. See, my arms hurt. For y'all that don't know, I have rheumatoid arthritis and I have fibromyalgia, and sometimes picking up some things can sometimes when they're heavy, that can it really hurts, but you know, how else am I going to get these waffles made, right? So it calls for 1 1/3 cup milk, and I have 2%. It doesn't say it has to be whole or whatever, so I'm using what I've got, and I've got 2% because that's what we drink. 1 1/3 cup. We're just going to pour that in there. Now here is where, well, no, not here, but, well, yeah, here is where it starts different. It calls for 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. I don't have any vegetable oil. I have some canola oil. I could probably use, and this is a 2 tablespoon measuring spoon, so that's why I'm only using it one time. But I could probably use coconut oil, but I don't know that I want to use coconut oil with the sausage for the first time, so I'll probably try it. I bet it'd be delicious, but I just don't want to try that because I'm also going to use vanilla. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm just not going to try it this first time. Anyway, it calls for an egg. Well, we have learned through trial, my husband learned, because usually he's the waffle maker, that if you add 2 eggs, a shell, if you use 2 eggs, then it makes it fluffier. Ah! Just don't do that. Okay? Hope I didn't get any on y'all. Okay, and then this is not in the recipe, but we do this because I think it just makes it taste better. I'm just going to use a capful of vanilla. Okay? And I think a capful is enough. Y'all, vanilla is so darn expensive. I got this Watkins, and I'm almost through with it, at Walmart back whenever. I used to get the vanilla at Costco, but it's like $20 something dollars, and you know, I know it's the better stuff. Anyway, I'm going to mix this up. Now, one thing that they say when you're doing pancakes or waffles is that if you got a few lumps, that's okay. That makes them fluffier, I guess. I'm one of those people that I try to just pound all of the lumps out, but I won't do it. And then the next thing is, here is my leftover sausage. Now this is just pork sausage. One thing that I did last night, because you want to do it with your sausage anyway, is I drained it really well. I mean, drain it really well, because you don't want any greasy stuff in. And then we're just going to mix. Can you see that? Look at that. We're going to mix it all in. And the recipe says that I should get, how many waffles? I should get 12 4-inch waffles. Alright. We only have one of these beginner waffle makers because we're just not really, we usually don't make waffles, but my husband had been wanting a waffle maker, so this was one of his Santa Claus gifts. So we've just been making waffles for the last month or so. Make sure you get all of that sausage incorporated. I just think this is going to taste good with maple syrup. Don't y'all? Or by itself even. Okay. Get all of this out of the way. So now we've got our mixture, guys. What I'm going to do is, now it says to, you know, to pour it in next. I am just using, this is a 1/3 of a cup. I'm just going to start in the middle, and then I'm going to see what I need to do. And you can use whatever you want to use to put your waffles in. I get on the sides here. I don't want it to spread over. But if it does, that's alright. It'll still be good, right? And I don't know how many we'll get. But anyway, I think that'll work. I'm gonna pour that in. I wish I had Siri, but Siri's doing something else for me right now. So hold on a minute. Turn on my trusty. I'm gonna turn on my trusty timer to get this first one done. And then when it's done, I'll come back and we'll see how it did. It's not, as of right now, it's not going over the sides, and I really don't care if it's not a perfect waffle. I mean, if it's like, you know, not perfect around the edges, that's okay by me. I mean, I'm not a waffle restaurant, so it's just something for us to eat. And I'm freezing all of these. And so my hope is then that if anybody wants it for breakfast, then they can just pop it in the toaster or the microwave, whichever they want to do. Anyway, I'll be back when this is ready and we'll see what we got. Okay, so it's done. And I got a little cleaning to do. Yeah, see, the edges aren't perfect. But like I said, I don't care. And my hands are clean. Look at that. Ta-da! Smells really good. So, I'm going to make the rest of this batch. And then we'll see how many I come up with. But we'll do it once again. So simple, y'all. Just mix it up like you normally would. Add your sausage in there. You know what would be good too would be to add ham, bacon. You know, you could even, well, if I was going to add any kind of other, I don't think I'd add the vanilla. But if you wanted to make it more savory, like for the kids, like for lunch, you could add like ground beef. And I'm just going to kind of watch this. You could add ground beef, ground turkey, seasoned, whatever you wanted to. And then for lunch, you could, instead of adding syrup, you could add a condiment to it. You could add sour cream, make it like a Mexican waffle. We'll have to come up with some ideas and see what we can find, won't we? That sounds good. Waffles don't have to be sweet, although I did add a little bit of vanilla, but this is, you're going to add syrup to it. But I mean, you could add so many different things to it and make it savory. And you could even make up your waffle mix and use that instead of bread. Especially, just think about it, if you run out of bread and you need to make some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but you have stuff for waffles or even pancakes, go ahead and make your waffles and pancakes and use that as your bread instead of going through the process of making bread. Somebody's calling me. I'll be back in a minute and we'll finish this up. Okay, so there you have it. So I got 6 waffles out of that batch. Honestly, if I had to do it over again, I would have doubled the batter and kind of made it, try to get more out of that using the sausage. But it's going to be good, and that'll be 6 waffles. Really, 1 will fill you up, so that's 6 breakfasts right there. I can't complain. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Y'all, if you would, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you would, share and also give me a like. I would appreciate so much. I hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you. Talk to y'all on the next one. Bye.